Welcome to News Flow TV 247. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Mr. Chinedu, let's go to Middle East this morning to go and see what is happening between Israel and Palestine. There is, recently a protest against Hamaz in Gaza Strip. Do you think the Hamaz, they are ready to relinquish power in Gaza?
Yes, for those who already know the story, the invasion of October, last year by the Hamaz, October 7th by Hamaz, where over 2,000 or 3,000 armed Hamas terrorist organization, as the case may be, invaded Israeli communities and killed over 2,000 to 3,000 or 5,000, kidnapped as many as they can, and then that was the beginning of the crisis. From what we are gathering, almost 70% of leaders, both in Lebanon, Syria, Iran, wherever they are, has been killed by Israel as a result of that invasion. And Israel has vowed already that they cannot longer allow, it's just like in Nigeria allowing a Fulani around you. Your life is at risk at any time. Anything can happen. And the Israeli government, under Benjamin Netanyahu as the prime minister, is saying this will happen under my watch. Whose brother carried a military mission in Uganda and rescued Israelis that was held hostage by India on the process. Benjamin's elder brother lost his life. So, from a military background, I'm now a democratically elected president. And so you are telling me that you have the guts to dare a family like that under the watch of Benjamin? Oh, they have received it. And it's a big lesson to them. But let me say what actually triggered the uprising against Hamas by the Palestinians is that it has come to a point that they discovered that the Hamas cannot defeat Israel.
That Hamas cannot defeat Israel.
That is the true picture of it. That they saw what happened. They saw the rate at which Israeli military intelligence we are taking out all the Hamas, almost all of them, including the one that is how they call it, omnipotent, that they are own omnipotent and omniscience. They call him the same war. The other one is Haniya. You can see how Israel was able to kill all the almighty whatever they target to be at another time. So it tells you that Israel has come to stay, and they can tell you from their experience in 1945 what they went through in the hands of Adolf Hitler to this day today. Israel has vowed that never again, no matter, even I can tell you, no matter who you are, no matter the nation, they are small, but they are mighty. I can tell you that what triggered it is that no, the citizens haven't discovered that they cannot actually go against Israel. Hamas cannot even defeat Israel.
So when you are saying that the case may be reversive to say they suspect that maybe Hamas can defeat Israel, they will have supported
initially, you can see a wider jubilation from the Arab world and of course from the Muslim nation, especially in the Middle East, when Hamas carried out that suicide mission inside Israeli community on October 7th. I can tell you what October 7th.
Was Gaza Strip jubilate when Israel was attacked?
That's what I'm telling you now. Everybody was jubilating. They were celebrating the Hamas invasion, thinking that they would have used that opportunity to finally encourage other Arab nations around the world to invade Israel and conquer Israel. And like they always say, make sure that there's no place for Israel to exist as a nation again within that space. But unfortunately, the Israeli structure fought back, and the God of Israel fought back, and within a space of time, Israel was able to regain control, of what happened, and they took it up from there till this moment. So, having clearly discovered that under Donald Trump, one aid cannot go to Palestinians. Hamas, when you talk compared to Biden, and of course Barack Obama, massive support to Hamas and Palestinians that encourage the funding and digging of tunnels up to 500 pieces within Israeli and Gaza Strip. You know, how can money that was meant to champion maybe education, well-being can be channeled into digging of tunnels? So, unfortunately, that reality stared them on the face, and they come to that point that, you know, see, Hamas is no match to IDF, that's Israeli Defense Forces, you know, and that was how the citizens themselves now actually turned against Hamas, and that's what the essence of that massive protest.
You recently raised a point here that their original target was to erase Israel from that place, and that thing you said reminded me the target of Iran. What you just said has been the Iran's target to erase Israel from that land, and we have seen how they have been going about it, planting different terrorist groups around Israel. And recently we saw how they showcased their underground tunnel full of arsenal, weapon of mass destruction. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think? How do you think Iran is going to react?
Whatever they react, I think to an extent, Israel was able to take down most of their leaders inside Iran themselves. You know, that tells you. Even this one they are making, that's talking now, in no space of time, I think Israel is going to track him. You know, if they kill their main leaders, their army leaders, their chief of army staff, whatever, they inside their own land. So is it not enough to tell you that Israel are not joking, even with your crate of arms, missile, nuclear, whatever you have? The thing is that they have continued to enrich uranium again, and continue to show a kind of threat to Israel, and of course to Israeli allies. And we are going to watch Benjamin Netanyahu's presence in White House this today or tomorrow. And from what we are hearing, he's going to stay long for there, because a deal has to be finalized finally on how to deal with Iranian nuclear threat. And the forces that is coming from Russia also signaling support for Iran is already creating a kind of friction between Donald Trump and the Russian President Vladimir Putin currently now, and everything now trying to create a ceasefire within Ukraine. You know, Zelensky and the rest of them. You can see the power again, you know, that is playing out, the power struggle that's playing out. But I can tell you, without reservation, that at any point in time that the Iranian government failed to comply with international atomic agreements, nuclear agreement, you know, disarmament agreement, then Iran will be in for trouble, and they will see the level of conquest or conquer, dismantling and change of regime that will take place there. You can see what happened to Assad in Syria. They've all left, you know, those who took over now. And unfortunately, a woman became, you can see what is happening. You understand, in Syria currently now, a woman is showing, and that's what is going to happen to Iran if they continue to show a threat. And I want to use this opportunity to let Vladimir Putin understand that, you know, without the support of US and other allies, you would have conquered Ukraine. Agree.